Alright, so let's give this a shot and see if the Emma will work for us today. Alright, our notes today are going to cover the distributive property and solving equations, but one of the first things that we should probably talk about first is this idea of terms and like terms and all of that fun stuff. So in our first equation that we have here, the first thing I want to point out is one of the words you guys defined was this idea of a term. Okay, so terms are parts of expressions or equations. They're in between the addition signs or the subtraction signs, and these are what we add or subtract together. Okay, and another thing I want to point out in this first equation is this idea of a coefficient. Okay, and our coefficients are the numbers that come in front of the variables. Okay, so in this case our coefficients are 1 and 3. Okay, in our second equation over here, well, it's second expression, sorry, we do have these things called like terms, and the reason they're like terms is because they have the same variables. So this 4x minus 3x, those would be considered like terms. Okay, because they have the same variables, and those variables have the same little exponents there. And if nothing's written there, then we always put a number 1. Okay, so if I asked you to combine like terms, if I asked you to subtract these two things, we could do it. And this plus 6 here, this will only plus 6, we call this our constant, because it's never going to change in the equation. Okay, I'm going to work through some examples with you, and the ones that I don't, I need you to practice before you come to class tomorrow. Okay, so simplify the expressions by combining like terms. Okay, so looking at this first one, I'm going to use two different colors here. We have 3x minus 7y plus 4x minus 7y. So I'm going to put a box around everything that has an x. And I'm going to circle everything that has a y. Okay? So if I rewrite this so all the like terms are together, we're going to have a 3x plus a 4x minus 7y minus 7y. Okay, so now we can add or subtract these things. Okay, so 3x plus 4x is 7x, and negative 7y minus 7y is negative 14y. Okay, I can't add or subtract them any farther than that, so that's going to be my final answer. Okay, B says 8 plus x squared minus 11. There's only one x squared here, so we're going to bring that down. I have two different constants though. We have a positive 8, sorry, and a negative 11. Okay, so I have this x squared plus 8 minus 11. Those constants can also be like terms, which means I can add or subtract them together. So I get this 8 squared, or I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying 8, x squared, and then positive 8 minus 11 is negative 3. Okay? For your practice, I want you to try C by yourself. All right? The distributive property. Okay? I know that you guys use this as a vocabulary term, so I really wanted to touch base with you on what it means and how we use it. I know it'll be a review, so it should be pretty easy. Okay? The distributive property is where everything inside the parentheses gets multiplied by everything outside the parentheses. So imagine something like this. If A, B, and C are all numbers, then we have A, B, plus C. Okay? The distributive property tells me that I can take that A value and I can multiply everything inside the parentheses by A to get the answer A times B plus A times C. Okay? So our next set of examples has to do with the distributive property. I'm going to do A and C, which means you have to try B and D before you come to class tomorrow. Okay? So example A, I see 3 on the outside, so I'm going to multiply everything on the inside by 3. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 2, because of that minus sign, gives me a negative 6. Final answer, I can't simplify any farther than that. Okay. Example C, I'm going to take this negative 7 and distribute that to everything on the inside. So negative 7 times y is negative 7y, and negative 7 times a negative 8 is a positive 56. Okay. Again, that's as far as I can go, so I'm going to leave it like that. Okay? And the last part, simplify each expression by applying the distributive property and combining like terms. So we're distributing first, and then we'll combine like terms. I'm going to do B, so you have to do A and C. Okay? So example B says 7y plus 2 times y minus 5 plus y. The first thing I notice is I have a 2 on the outside of the parentheses. So I'm going to distribute that 2 to everything on the inside. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and rewrite this. So I have 7y plus 2 times y, and then I have 2 times negative 5, which is negative 10 plus y. Okay, so I distributed the 2 to everything inside the parentheses, which means now I can combine like terms. So looking carefully, I have y's. We're going to add them all together. But I think where some confusion comes, what number is in front of this y? This y over here has an imaginary 1 in front of it. So if I have 7y plus 2y plus 1y, that gives me 10y minus 10, because there's no other constants that I need to combine. That is my final answer. Okay, so all of the problems that are circled, those are the ones I need you to try before class tomorrow. And I hope that you understood what we talked about.